What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back to review another episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is season 11, episode 4, and let's get right into it. So the first thing that we really get is Erica Banks rapping or whatever. Chaotic and Amy, they come to see her during her South by Southwest performance. Now, according to her, the crowds have really been liking her and the music that she has. And we also see that Chaotic and Amy is flirting a little bit. Now, I'm not about to read too much into that because according to Erica and Chaotic, they're supposed to be a thing. We learned that from the BET Awards. So I'm not even interested in seeing Chaotic and Amy at this point. But let's go ahead and move on because we have Rashida. She goes to see Carly in her new house. Mita is there. Now, this is a very strange scene to me, because we have the two people who were actually at the hospital there trying to support Spice. They have now become friends, and Spice has the biggest issue with this. So Rashida, she's over here questioning their friendship. She's questioning Carly about why she moved into the neighborhood. All of this. And I'm like, Rashida, what this got to do with you? Shouldn't you be worried about what Frost Bistro is doing? Shouldn't you be worried about that little clothing store that you had? What's going on in your life? Because if you just gonna sit around and try to be messy, why are you in the opening credits and not Carly? Because I feel like we are seeing more of what Carly has going on in her life because she's beefing with Spice than what Rashida got going on. Rashida can go. Her and Kurt can definitely go off this show. But nonetheless, Carly said something that I was like, you know what? That's pretty true. And that was, you can't introduce people to, see if they can be cool with each other. And then when they form a bond, you want to be mad about it. Because technically, I think that Spice wants to be the nucleus of the friendship. Spice wants to be the person that controls which friends talk to who, and if she's not in the middle of it, then they can't be friends. That's the energy that Spice has given me. And now we have Rashida getting involved in something that has nothing to do with her. So at one point, Carly, she goes on about how her grandmother has passed away. Her mom is sick. She had all type of personal things going on. At one point, she's hooping and hollering about how she was supposed to be building a house in the neighborhood. Honestly, this whole scene could have, just been scrapped because I don't really see where it's going. This ain't pushing this storyline any further, and I'm over it. I really did zone out at a certain point in this conversation. Nonetheless, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on. Erica Mena. She goes to support Erica Banks at South by Southwest, right? Now, Banks basically forced Chaotic to tell Mena what Mama D said about Diamond possibly being pregnant. Now, she says that she's going to talk to Scrappy first. And that's one thing that I will say that I appreciated about Erica Mena is that she did not automatically run to Bambi and be like, girl, I'm hearing this, that, another. The only thing that I'm giving a side eye to is the fact that Chaotic literally was like, Mama D told Amy, and then Amy told Erica, Erica told me, and now I'm telling you. No, sir. You were there when Amy got the information. Stop making it seem like you just found out. But nonetheless, again, we're going to keep on moving. Nothing much is really happening on this show, y'all. Sierra is planning to escape from her house and her marriage. So she plans on leaving Eric. You have her mama there, a couple of her friends there. They're all supposed to be helping her pack up the house. Here's the thing. I don't like the way she tried to make it seem like, her family was the reason why she went and got with Eric, talking about he was there for me when y'all wasn't there for me. Girl, in what ways did you really need your mama to be there? Because here's the thing. The difference between your mother being there for you and your man is that your man is sleeping with you. So it's not our fault that you got dickmatized. What they got to do with her mama? Nothing at all. Also, I feel like Ciara is a needy brat. That's a fact. And next thing you know, Eric shows up. And number one, he don't feel like he should be stuck with this $10,000 mortgage that they have because she wants to move out. And I get it. That's a hefty price to be having to, pay a bill that's $10,000 a month. And you talking about something, you didn't even want this house. Now, according to him, she changed. And I'm like, okay, and so have you. I feel like both of them are at fault. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I absolutely think that he is crazy, especially the way he was going through her kids' stuff, her daughter's room, and how he had like an issue with her son coming. All that is a problem, for sure. But I'm not going to act like Ciara has been the greatest girlfriend this whole time, because I'm not going to forget about last season, how she kept trying to like figure out if they were going to move, and she kept wanting to go keep buying houses and all of this stuff, doing all that extra stuff. And on top of that, she was being very bratty then. And also, here's the thing, because Ciara talks about how, I think it was a previous episode actually, she had mentioned how, basically he wanted the Ciara with no kids. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you presented yourself as Ciara with no kids. You presented yourself as, I'm Ciara, I'm a boss, I be doing this, that, another. And that's the person that he fell for. The same way how you say that Eric changed up on you, you changed up on him. I think that both of y'all are a problem. So, let's just go ahead and move on. Oh, also, what rapper y'all think Ciara talking to? I'm just curious, because I really want to know what rapper it is. So now we get to Carly's daughter, her gender reveal. First thing I kept thinking was, where are her friends? Because why is Safari and Jessica here? Jessica is new. She don't know nobody. Why is she here? And then Safari, who knew that he was cool with, Carly that much? So they have a small talk, right? Because they're the first ones to get there. She lets him know that she was in a polyamorous relationship with Nick Cannon. I said, ma'am, that's not the same energy that you were giving. You never said that this was a poly relationship. Stop crying on our TV screens. We don't want to hear nothing else about you and Nick Cannon. So the other girls, they start to arrive or whatever. And next thing you know, they have this conversation with Safari. And I'm like, okay, within this conversation, it definitely sounds like they're taking their frustrations out on him. Because out of nowhere, it was just like, yeah, because y'all be doing this, that, another, and yeah. Listen, I was with Safari. What I got to do with this? I just came over here, said hello to y'all. That's not the energy I'm on. Why am I getting all this heat? He ends up walking away. I don't blame him. So, one thing that I wanted to point out again, because it reminds me of what I just said about Ciara, is that all the women feel like these men are the only ones who are putting on a fake persona when they first meet them. And it's like, no, I think most people do. Most people put their best foot forward. They try to create a persona that they think whoever they're interested in would like, and they can't uphold that because their true self has to show. You know what I'm saying? So Carly, she gets to the event, right? So she sees everybody there. It's like she walked in a room, nobody cared. Nobody spoke to Carly, nobody waved or blinked at her. They continue with their conversations. She goes off to the side, she starts to cry. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you're crying because you know that this cast right here, they're not your friends. And at one point, some of them was laughing at her. I'm like, okay, that's real messed up. Like, how you gonna laugh at her at her event? Also, Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop. I'm trying to understand why we have Rashida in the credits, but not Carly. Because we've seen so many scenes with Carly at this point. And also, how is it that Carly is throwing an event for her daughter and we're using that as an event that we're counting for, like, the cast events to gather the cast together? How are we using Carly for that, but she ain't in the main cast? I don't even like Carly like this. I have no idea why they are making me defend this woman. Nonetheless, let's get to Spice and Mita. Because first of all, I know that Spice has a close relationship with Jazz, but I did not expect for her to show up. But she did. And she decides to have this conversation with Mina. One thing that stood out to me was Big Head Rashida was standing right there the whole time. I'm like, why are you here? Rashida, if things go left, you not about to break up a fight, so you need to go ahead and back a little bit. Nonetheless, Spice is whining about how, her friendship with Carly and all of this stuff. And I'm like, but why aren't you asking Mina straight out? Why didn't you give the rest of the girls, the information about me being in the hospital? Because that should be your concern, not about how this girl is hanging out with Carly. So Carly, she's like, if y'all didn't like me, then why are you here? And honestly, I can't even knock her for saying that because it is stupid. Why are all these people here? You don't like Carly. We could have went on ahead, scrapped this event, and not treated it as a cast, event. But no, y'all, Mina and old girl Spice, they just start going back and forth to the point where I was like, all right, what else is going on? Because there was nothing being accomplished in that argument. It was a lot of Carly this, Carly that, Carly. And I'm just like, Spice, it's clear that you must be hurt that you're not friends with Carly anymore. Because you keep bringing her up. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I just think it's so strange that the two people who actually flew to the DR to be by your side, you're not friends with them. And honestly, the sad part about it is that I think her and Mina were friends before getting on this show. And now look at where they are. At least on the show. I have no idea where they are in the real, in the real world. So, they end this argument or whatever. And Jazz shows up. We learn Jazz is having a girl. Good for her. Back to South by Southwest. Amy is up there performing. It was okay. I feel like Erica Banks, she has a bit more stage presence than Amy. And also Amy's song, it was alright. So Erica Mena, she decides to pull Scrappy to the side. And he explains to her that, the Bam is a good person, she's a good mother, just not a good wife. Okay, fine, that's his opinion. So they start going back and forth and back. And he feels like Erica is projecting. And she may very well be. Because the way she blurted out, oh, and that's why you got Diamond pregnant? Like, Scrappy was so confused, taken aback, like, where all this information came from. And the sad part about that is that I think that Scrappy thinks that this information is coming from Bambi. And I'm like, Erica, I wish that you would have, calmed down for a second to be like, yeah, your mom is the one who's saying that information, not the Bam. Because I feel like where we left off, it made it seem like he may have thought that Bambi is the one who's spreading that around. Nonetheless, that was the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about Love and Hip Hop. I feel like we started off with the bang, but now I'm just like, okay, what else is going on? Go ahead and comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.